Guys, we are back for Wednesday's math lesson, and today we're going to be on page 215, 216. So let's go ahead and get started. We are doing a review of geometry today. So our day is going to look a little bit different, and you're going to be pausing a lot and working on some things and then checking back and forth with me. So I want you guys to do this. Go ahead right now, and I would like you to fill in 1A through G. If you could do that for me for a second, and then come back when you're done, and we'll see what you got there. Okay, so hopefully you filled those in, but before we go over those, I want you to go back to last night's homework. And for last night's homework, it was on page 213, 214. And what I had you guys do was to finish the chart on the bottom of page 213. So I want you to have that available, and I want you to check it. Use a different color pen or highlighter to check it. Now, if you did not get it right, I want you to try to ask yourself, what did I do wrong? What could have gone wrong in this situation, right? So I want you to look at 2A. The circumference is 12.56 because we did 4 times 3.14. And the area in this case is also 12.56. So whenever you're dealing with 2, that's the case. Your area is going to be the same thing as your circumference. Letter B, circumference is 18.84 inches and area is 28.26 inches. C, circumference is 28.26 inches and area is 63.585 inches. D, circumference is 56.52 inches and area is 254.34 square inches. Now I also had you look at letter B because I made a mistake yesterday, but I went back and fixed it. And what you should have gotten for the difference between the two is 63.585 square inches on letter 3B on page, what page are we on? Page 214. Okay, then I had you also do 4A, B, C, and D. 4A was 29 and 7/18. 4B, 8 and 31/40. 4C, 7 and 1/5, because remember you have to backward see both of those before you can multiply. And 4D is 1,296. Now some of you may have put 24, and what you did was 6 times 4. But 6 to the 4th power really means 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. Which goes out to 36 times 36 or 1,296. So remember, if you made a mistake, that is okay. Circle it, see where you made the mistake first, and then when I talk with you later on in the week, then we'll go over it together. Okay, so let's go back to the lesson for today. Letter A, 1A, the area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. The letter B, the area of a square is area equals s squared. C, perimeter of a rectangle, P equals 2L plus 2W. D, area of a triangle, A equals 1/2 base times height. E, circumference of a circle has 2 formulas, C equals 2 pi R or C equals pi times diameter. F, perimeter of a square is 4F, P equals 4S. And G, area of a parallelogram is base times height. Area equals base times height. Hopefully you did really well with those. If you didn't, go back and see. Number 2 I've highlighted because we're going to go over that later on in the week, probably on Friday. Number 3, find the areas of these circles. Okay, well, I know I can use this formula. A equals s squared. Oh, nope, I cannot use that formula. A equals pi r squared because I'm going to use the area of a circle. So let's go to 3A. First thing I want to do is draw a circle. I have a radius of 10 feet. Okay, that's a circle. So now I'm going to use my formula. A equals pi r squared. Area equals pi r squared. Area equals 3.14 times 10 squared. What's 10 squared? If you said 100, awesome job. A equals 3.14 times 100. Anytime we're dealing with powers of 10, 100, 1,000, and so on, we just need to move our decimal to the right as many zeros as we have in the multiplier. So if I had 2 zeros here, I need to move my decimal twice to the right, and area equals 314 what? Square feet. Good job. 314 square feet. Okay. Now letter D can trip us up, and it actually did trip me up yesterday, remember? Let's look at letter B. We have a diameter of 18 feet. Okay, I'm gonna draw my circle. Here's my diameter, and it's 18 feet, but I have to find area. And when I find area, I have to use radius. Well, what do? All you have to do is divide by 2 to find your radius. So if I have a diameter of 18 feet, my radius is half of 18, which is 9 feet. Now I'm going to use the 9 feet to help us solve this problem. A equals pi r squared. A equals 3.14 times 9 squared. Is it 9 times 2 or 9 times 9? If you said 9 times 9, excellent job. A equals 3.14 times 81. Good job. Okay, I'm going to come over here and do this multiplying. You do it as I do it. 1 times 4, well, we know this is going to be 314. Have my place marker. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry my 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Carry my 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Add them up. 4, 3, 4, 5, and 2. 2 decimal places. And I get area equals 254.34 square feet. Good job. Awesome job. Do me a favor. Go ahead and pause and try letter C. Do you need to divide? I don't think you do. Okay, we are back, and you should have gotten 153.86 square meters. Excellent job. If you didn't get it right, check your multiplication first. Sometimes we try to rush, and that's what happens is our multiplication gets off. If you know the process, I want you to show your work, because that's where you'll be able to go back and say, oh yeah, that's where I made the mistake. I'm so glad I showed my work, right? Okay, so these little charts keep coming up, and these little charts are very, very important because they are helping us with learning how to find radius, diameter, circumference, and area. So let's go to A. It says, now remember, we have to read the directions. Complete this chart if necessary, round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so now we have direction. Direction says to round to the nearest hundredth. If I have a diameter of 8 feet, how do I find radius? That's right, divide by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4 feet. Excellent job. Let's keep going on our diameters and radii first. Letter B, if I have a radius of 15 inches, what would be my diameter? Good, you have to double your radius, so you get 30 inches. Awesome. Okay, I have a diameter of 9 meters, and I want to divide that by 2. Well, that's not always easy, right? But half of 9 is actually 4.5, or I could say 4.5. So you could say 4.5, or you could say 4.5 meters. Okay. So we're going to find circumference. There's 2 ways we can find circumference. We could say C equals 2 pi r, or we could say C equals pi times diameter. Which one's my favorite to use? You're right, C equals pi diameter, because I only have to multiply 1 time. So that's the one that I'm going to show you guys to use today. So I'm going to erase this here. Okay, let's go on to 4A. If I have, I'm going to write it here. You guys have room at the bottom, so you can use it, or you can use scratch paper. I know some of you guys like the lines. So I have C equals pi d. C equals 3.14 times my diameter, which is 8. These are easy ones. Okay, then I'm going to do 3.14 times 8. 8 times 2 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. And I get circumference equals 25.12 feet. Now I don't need square feet because it's not area. 25.12 feet. Awesome job. Okay, let's find the area for that guy as well. I'm going to say, I'm using the same numbers, Area is pi r squared. Good. So area equals pi r squared. Area equals 3.14 times, where's my radius? My radius is 4, so 4 squared. Be careful, it's not 8. It's going to be 4 squared, which is 16. Area equals 3.14 times 16. Go ahead and multiply that and see what you get. I'm going to multiply here, but I'm going to be quiet, and we're going to check each other's when we're done. Check yours. Did you get what I got? My iPad's being funny. 50.24 square feet. Okay, come on, iPad. My iPad wants to magnify things. Okay, well, we know that's supposed to be a square, right? Okay, square feet. There we go. Okay, so this is what I'd like you to do. Go ahead and try B and C. See how you do. Come back with me and we'll check it. Okay, I bet you're ready to check. Now for B, we have a circumference of 94.2 inches and an area of 706.5 square inches. If you are not sure how you got, or I got that, go ahead and check my multiplication and my work down here at the bottom. 4B is in black and 4C is in green. So 4C for circumference, 28.26 meters, and for an area, 63.59 meters squared. And if you're asking yourself, wait, I got 63.585. You're right, but our directions say to round to the nearest hundredth, and that's how we got 63.59. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the back of our paper. It says find the perimeters. Okay, first thing I like to do though is to draw the shapes. So I'm gonna draw the shapes for every single one. 5A, I have a square, and one side is 12 feet, 3 inches. Okay, I have a rectangle for B, and my length is 17 feet, and my width is 13 feet. And I have a triangle. Ooh, this is a strange triangle. The side A, and it doesn't matter which side's A, any side could be A, is 4.1 meters. Side B is 3.7 meters. And side C is 4.1 meters. Okay, so let's try these. Now 5A can be a little bit tricky, but we can take it step by step and figure it out. What is the formula for the perimeter of a square? If you said P equals 4S, great job, okay? Now we have to be careful though, because this is 12 feet, 3 inches. How am I gonna figure this out? First of all, how many inches are in a foot? 12, good. And if you have 3 out of the 12, basically what you have here is 12 feet, and 3 out of the 12 inches needed to make 1 more foot. Now we can't leave it like this because it's not reduced. 12 and 3/12 is actually 12 and 1/4 inches. Okay, so let's use that. We have perimeter equals 4 times 12 and 1/4. Can I do backwards C? I definitely can, and I think it'll be beneficial for us in this case. So I would backwards C, and I would get P equals, and since I'm dealing with fractions, I'm gonna make my 4 to 4 over 1 times 4 times 12 is 48 plus 1 is 49 over 4. Now I can cancel. 4 and 4 will cancel because they share the common factor of 4. And I get 49. So my perimeter is 49 feet. Sorry, I want to say inches. It is not 49 inches. It is 49 feet. Okay, let's move on to B. B is straightforward. How do we find the perimeter of a rectangle? Well, we do 2L plus 2W. Good. P equals 2L plus 2W. And you guys are great at these. I know you have these formulas memorized and you're rocking this. I definitely know that. P equals 2 times 17. Remember, L is always the longest. Plus 2 times 13. P equals 34 plus 26. P equals 60 feet. And why am I not using square feet in this? If you said because we're not doing area, we're only finding distance around, good job. Okay, let's do the last one together. Now triangles are a little tricky, but guess what? All you have to do is add up all the sides. So P equals A plus B plus C. Does it matter which side's A, B, and C? Not really. P equals 4.1 plus 3.7 plus 4.1. Now, sometimes I don't trust myself to add horizontally, and I'd much rather do it vertically. So I'm going to add these up vertically. When you add vertically with decimals, make sure you're lining up the decimals. I have 4.1 plus 3.7 plus 4.1, and I get a 9. Bring down my decimal. 8 plus 3 is 11. So I get perimeter equals 11.9 meters. Awesome, awesome job. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what our homework's going to be tonight. These I would like to go over with you when we meet together. I really like to do these word problems so I can get your guys' input because I want to see how you guys are solving these. Okay, but your homework for tonight is 10 problems. It will not take you very long. A lot of these problems are like H. Let's look at H. H, you have to line up your decimals before you add. And just like in the last problem where I had a horizontal problem, change it to a vertical and line up your decimals. Letter I, same thing, but with letter I, make sure you're doing 3.1 and you want to subtract 1.699. There's something you have to do first, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I know you know it, okay? And then, excuse me, letter J, I have 9.438 divided by 0.6. Can I divide with decimals? No, I cannot, so I've got to move them, and then my decimal would go up here in my quotient. Okay, and okay, I'm just looking at them to see. Remember with E and G, you must find a common denominator before you can add or subtract fractions. So you want to ask yourself, what is the common denominator between 2 and 4? And I bet you already know it. And then on number 8, what's the common denominator for 8, 4, and 2? And guess what? I bet you already have that in your head as well. So go ahead, guys. That is your homework for tonight, or your assignment, I should say, because you're already at home. Go ahead and do that, and tomorrow we'll check in together. Great job today. Goodbye.